Welcome back to FastMonty's garage. Well, actually, this is RestoMods.com's garage, and we have a sneak peek special event launching today, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. But first, let me introduce Chris Esparza. You guys on RestoMods.com know him very well. They go by last names here, though.
Yeah, there's a bunch of Chris's in the house. So
there's like 17 last time I counted, right?
I lost count. So
yeah, I think there's 8 Mikes.
Yeah.
And there's only one Karen, which is every company has a Karen, right?
As it should be, right?
Yeah. So hey, welcome. If you're not familiar with my channel, I restored a '69 GTO, and ironically enough, my car was featured on RestoMods.com's YouTube channel 5 years ago, and that's when we first met, right?
That's crazy, 5 years ago, and you've been enjoying that thing ever since. Hats off to you, because from the day we saw that car, we knew it was something special. So I'm glad we got to
or something wrong with me, for sure, because it takes a ton of work to create a resto-modded car, because you need to get obviously the car and then start tweaking it, making it modern. And that's exactly what these guys do. And if you're not familiar with RestoMods.com's business model, you can actually win a car. This is the current giveaway car. Just by going to their website, ordering a shirt or a hat, gets you entered for a car like this.
Yeah.
And these cars, you may not know, are ginormously expensive to make, to ground up. Like the number of hours and labor, think about it. 2,000 hours, $200 an hour. That's 400 grand, boys and girls. And you can win it with a t-shirt? Hey, yo. I'm also a member. I've been a member for like 6 years.
There you go.
So I can't wait to win my own.
Yeah. You paid your dues, right?
Yeah. But today's special announcement is RestoMods.com are now going to start auctioning cars off. And today is the first day that we're gonna get rid of a, what year is that, 70 Camaro. 70 Camaro.
Yep.
And we're gonna walk around that real quick. There's another car launching tomorrow. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna go around the shop. We're gonna ask each other questions the whole time. And hopefully it's a great learning experience for all you guys to understand what goes into building a resto-modded car. So I'm gonna do a little time warp here. I'm gonna snap my fingers and we're gonna show up at that Camaro.
Perfect,
okay?
let's do it.
You might need to hold your breath because people get sick doing this.
Okay.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. What happened?
The time-space continuum got me.
Oh my gosh, I never really thought about that. Because when I snap my fingers, it doesn't affect me.
Yeah,
oh, that's
you took
crazy.
me with you this time.
That's crazy. Well, here's the car, boys and girls. The 70 Camaro.
Right.
Oh my gosh, one of my favorite autocrossing cars.
Oh yeah.
Because you can modify the heck out of this with you can get an LS, you can get whatever, TKX, you can do, the sky's the limit on these, right?
Yeah, the catalog for these cars has just opened up massively. And a big reason is because the starting platform has the proportions that really lend themselves to one of the sportiest muscle cars really available. They had a lot of European influence, and you see that, they're very, very shrunk down compared to like a Chevelle or your typical muscle car, but because of that, they just have a lot sportier vibe.
I agree, and you guys know I'm a Pontiac guy, and my channel, by the way, is all about working on my '69 GTO. I'm upgrading it all the time. Back to the video we did.
Yeah.
Do you realize the top of my engine had this weird thing on there? I think it was called a carburetor.
Oh yeah, yep.
I had a carburetor on there.
There you go.
I think it was a 4-speed as well.
So the evolution, right?
That's exactly. So on my channel, I actually video how to install fuel injection from Phytech. I installed a TKO, later swapped that up for a TKX. Yeah. Recently mini-tubbed it. I have 335s on the back of that thing. Here's another shot. Like, I love the stance. So having said that, a ton of work goes into these cars. And when you guys get one of these, is it like ready to go? Or how much work do you typically put in?
So this particular car was pretty much as you see it. This car was somebody's hot rod. They had built it to be kind of a street strip car. So this car was ready to go. Some of them we do ground up. Some of them we do like a mid restoration where we don't touch the paint and body. This particular car had a really nice paint job. It was kind of set up as a really fun street car. There's things that if you are looking to go out and start doing some weekend drag racing, this car is ready to go. But yeah, so this one was as you see it.
Nice. What transmission's in here?
So this is a TKO 500.
Okay.
And it's behind a small block. It's a built 383 small block with a supercharger, a Weiand supercharger. What? Yeah, and a carburetor, like you talked about before. The old school carburetor, this car still has it.
No way.
Yeah.
We'll have to show that off for sure.
Perfect.
That's awesome. And so, guys, this is an auction that's starting today. So you can get on there, no reserve.
No reserve.
Right?
No
I'm
reserve.
throwing $10 at it, baby. If I win this car for $10, shame on you.
Yeah. Don't let him win it for $10. Somebody win it for 11 at least.
11 or 12, yeah. Okay, so let's talk about tomorrow's car, which is over my left shoulder, but I want you to do the time warp thing because I've never experienced it when someone else has done it.
Okay, is it a snap?
It's basically a snap. Yeah.
Okay, all right. I'll do my best.
Oh man, you're right. Oh, that's rough.
I think the warper doesn't get it.
Oh my God, I've never experienced that before. Woo, okay, here we go. What is this? What year is this? 60?
68. So
68.
This, totally different car
Right.
than that Camaro. That Camaro is more of kind of an old school muscle car hot rod,
Yeah.
kind of set up for a street strip. This is more leaning towards the pro touring side. This has a modern LSA engine with a modern supercharger, a 6-speed AC, full TMI interior, a lot of handling suspension upgrades, so coilovers. Basically, the recipe you want for a good handling, good driving, kind of pro touring RestoMod. So
Dude,
this is a total
I am
modern.
throwing $20 at this one, for sure.
This is the one that is going to be like, you know, take this anywhere, cruise up and down as long as you want with the AC cranking and enjoy modern supercharged LS power.
I love it, man. What, we got 19s on there? 20s?
Yeah. So it's got modern, bigger size wheels, so they're 20s, but Willwood brakes to fill that out. It's all set on coilovers, so the stance is right. And you can see a lot of the modern upgrades even on the outside with the blacked out trim. There's custom valance in the front and the back, cowl hood, updated lighting. So really the extreme end of a RestoMod compared to, you know, the more classic type RestoMod with the Camaro.
Yeah, so just from my experience of building a car, this thing is a $500,000 car, frankly. Maybe 600. Because if you think about it, you got all those parts, an LSA, transmission, suspension, is the frame, what about the frame? Is it a stock frame or?
It's a factory frame that's all been braced and powder coated, so a complete
Nice.
ground up
So
frame
ground
off.
up restoration. Guys, that's 2,000 hours minimum. Do the math. If you find a cheap mechanic like this guy, like $100 an hour, that's $200,000 in labor, just labor. This paint job, 50 grand. I guarantee it. Because I painted the GTO, I know what a pain in the ass that is. This is a beautiful paint job. Yeah. Anyway, so, Mr. Esparza, take me to another one of your favorite builds in the shop here, because I can count, there are 8 cars in here.
Yeah, and they're all
We
in
don't have
various
time
states.
to do all 8 cars. Let's do another 2, I think.
Okay.
I'm thinking that Chevelle right there.
That one is my favorite.
And of course, there's another Chevelle over there.
There's Chevelles and Chargers everywhere, and
Yeah.
one Bel Air. So.
And one Bel Air, yeah. So try holding your breath this time.
Okay.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Was that better?
A little easier, but not the best.
Okay, we gotta figure something else next time. Okay, so what do we got here, man? This is
67 Chevelle. This one is near and dear to my heart because this was the first car that we really got to exercise the extreme end of what we would do if there was basically no budget. So this is a ground up car on a Roadster Shop Fast Track chassis.
Oh, Jesus. $1 million.
So the Roadster Shop Fast Track chassis is their high-end chassis, and that's kind of sets the foundation, sets the tone for what a build can be.
Absolutely.
But we wanted to make this thing indistinguishably still a 67 Chevelle. So basically, we went with kind of an idea of doing things that were just premium materials, OEM plus, but true to the original design, just refinement. So we carried that theme throughout the entire car. Beautiful Lexus Nori green paint job, which
I love the dark green. I don't know why. Why do I like dark green so much?
I will have to give you credit because your GTO was a big inspiration for a green muscle car, being incredibly good looking. So we did that.
Thank you, sir.
Kind of basically just upgraded everything new on the outside, not any total body modifications, just refinement. And then
I love the custom, what do you call this thing?
so the hood vents.
Intake vent?
Yeah, so these are from Evans CNC. This is a
nice.
factory SS hood. So he scanned a set of SS vents, was able to put our logo on it. We painted the centers, and then we actually opened up the hood so that they are functioning heat extractors now.
Oh, nice. The Roadster Shop chassis is one of my dreams as well, because, I mean, boys and girls, look at the stance here. The stance is
Yes.
just stupid.
That was a big thing.
In a good way.
Getting the stance right. This car has full adjustable Penske coilovers, but the chassis tucks everything up low so
Yep.
that you can drive this car at a lowered ride height.
Yep.
And then we tied it all in with the interior being like a truffle brown leather, but all the stitch patterns are original 67 SS stitching pattern on modern buckets. And then we went ahead and wrapped everything in leather. So just tried to refine everything where we could on the car to make it feel a lot more high end as far as modern day standards
of
than
course.
a factory
Yeah.
Chevelle would have felt.
I mean, you guys know what new car smells like. I'm standing 3 feet away from this car. I can smell the leather.
Yeah.
Which is like, oh my God.
that is
ass.
real German leather. So yeah, it was just that refinement of premium materials for sure.
Oh my God. And did we talk about the engine? I can't remember.
So engine is, we love putting 427s in everything we can. So this is a Blueprint Engines 427 crate engine. So this dynoed about 650 horsepower. We topped it off with our go-to, which is Phytech. Kept everything clean and simple with a blacked out theme under the hood. Basically, we wanted a satin surround to give it almost that look of when you open like a ring box and all the focus is on the ring. We wanted the focus to be on the engine. So we surrounded everything in black so that your eye draws into that, and then just a couple of nice Ring Brothers aluminum touches here and there. Evans CNC with our master cylinder lid. And just basically trying to make an LS look clean and simple. But this thing is naturally aspirated, puts down 650 horsepower, so super fun combination in this car.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I need to get hood hinges. It's another project coming up. So subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so yet.
The nice part about these cars is that it never ends. Even a nice finished car,
sure doesn't.
You can find something you want to dial in, and like your car has evolved. You know, as the aftermarket evolves, so do the cars.
Absolutely. And that's the fun part about the hobby. Okay, next car.
Okay.
Let's wrap it up on the next car. It's your turn to.
Oh, good.
I'm gonna try holding my nose. See what
Okay,
happens.
try it.
Oh, that was way better. So
It's
that's the
getting
trick.
better.
You got to hold your nose.
There you go. I'll remember that one.
Nice. Oh, so this is gorgeous, dude. I'm gonna guess Roadster Shop chassis.
Good guess. You saw the stance, right?
Yes. See the stance, boys and girls? It is sitting perfect.
Yes.
Like my GTO is probably this low as well, but it painstakingly got there. But man, this is gorgeous.
Yeah, this is a beautiful example of a car that we buy basically 99.9% done. They're very hard to find this way.
Right.
We were lucky enough to find one actually here in Southern California from somebody kind of well respected in the community that's built another GTO. His name's Steve Aguilar. He built Twisted 67 GTO.
Yep.
So this was a car that he put his touch on. We found
I
it.
had no idea.
Fell in love with it. As you can tell, we're a sucker for a GMA body, so a man after your own heart.
Yep.
Yeah, so large cubic inch LS engine, a 4L80 transmission, really fully nice done leather interior, and then these beautiful new gen wheels from John Henson that have that old steely look. But
Thanks,
they're built.
John.
Yeah, thank you, John. This wheels and tires are everything, right? So this car nails it. It's very toned down. This is kind of that Copo look almost.
Yep.
So it kind of drew us in. It's like a less is more type feel on this car.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks really simple, but underneath it's gonna surprise a few people.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. And that's what we loved about it, is that it looks like a classic car. It's very simple, it's relatable, but all the components underneath, very complicated, but well sorted out, and it just makes a really killer driver.
That's awesome. And this is also a giveaway car, correct?
Yes.
Not an auction car, because now don't get confused.
Right.
You do have to buy a t-shirt to get this car.
Correct. Yeah. So this would be
versus
sweepstakes.
bid on the other 2 cars, right?
Right. Yep.
Yeah. So that's going to be ongoing. Man, so much to see here. I hope to do this again with you guys when you guys get a couple more cars done.
Absolutely.
But man, I loved today's time, your time. I know you'd rather be wrenching on something and not talk to people. So I get it. I have the same feeling sometimes. But I love what RestoMods have done for the classic car community, because these cars are typically not accessible to most of us because of, like I said, they're very expensive to build from scratch. So if you can get your hands on one for a t-shirt, give it a shot, man. You can't win unless you enter. So until next time.
Thank you, Mike.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Build them fast and drive them faster. See ya.